Hi, it's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we slayed some Nagas. We did a little bit of PvP. Had a little bit of fun. Pretty good. But clearly, we are a little bit too high of a level, I think, for Hillsbrad. So we're going to move south. Might start moving into Stranglethorn Vale. I think it might be time for us to go there. But first, I need to find the flight master here. We will be on our way south. So we have track humanoid on. Should probably turn on herbs. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Played a lot of TBC. Well, a little bit. Decent amount, I would say. Head down to Stormwind. How are our bags looking? Our bags are looking somewhat okay. Looks like we have some stuff we should sell. A little bit of junk on us that we should get rid of. But yeah, TBC has been fun. Phase 1 has already been cleared, and the world first race has already ended. The guild called Progress slayed Gruul, slayed Magtheridon, and also finished Karazhan. And they also leveled to 70. And all it took them was 2 days. Those guys are crazy. Epic gamers right there. But yeah, just goes to show you that take your time, guys, you know? Don't rush the content unless you're in a guild that's like, trying to, complete it at a certain time. Or they're trying to compete for server first or something like that, then just take your time. Because I think a majority of people are going to be able to finish the Phase 1 content sooner or later. Or at least before Phase 2. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, we're leveling up quite well. Flag Carrier is still level 60. I think he's like halfway. He's almost 61. So that is good. It's going to be quite the journey, that's for sure. I think 60 to 70 will take some time, but that's good. I always enjoy questing. I'm looking forward to leveling the Grand, that's for sure. It's like one of my favorite zones in Outland. But we're moving south. My plan today is to go to Darkshire, or Duskwood. We're going to do like a quest there, and then after we finish up a couple quests in Darkshire, plan on going south and we'll go to Stranglethorn Vale. Usually there should be a lot of PvP there. Stranglethorn Vale is a popular place to level. But I could imagine it being a little bit dead, because I could imagine everybody just being in Outland, right? Kind of sucks. It doesn't suck that much. It'll be all right. I'm just worried that I won't be able to find people for classic WoW content. We were having a good time up to pre-patch, but now that we're in TBC and TBC is launched and people are out in Outland, I don't think there's going to be many people leveling alts or leveling new characters. So I'm worried that we may not be able to finish up all the dungeons in Scarlet Monastery, but you know what? I'm going to give it a try. We'll see if we can do it. Doesn't hurt to try, right? So we'll try. I think for the first month it's going to be tough, but eventually I think people might start leveling characters again. Also, we're on an RP server, so it might be different. Maybe there's more people leveling alts in RP servers. We can check out /U. Like, let's check out /U level 40. So there you go. There's a decent amount of level 40s, guys. There's actually one in Shadrath City, which is hilarious. Level 60. Probably tons of level 60s. Okay, let's see level 70. 0 people found. Zone. It's weird how I found like 40s, level 30s. There's a decent amount of level 40s. There's like a couple. And we're not on a dead server. This server is full. Clearly you can see all the spam for TBC dungeons. It's going to be funny when everyone's looking for TBC dungeons and then they're going to see me spamming for like Scarlet Monastery. But we'll see how it goes. I think I'll be able to find some people. TBC hype will probably die. Well, the leveling hype will die down in a month or two, I think. That's why it's a great time to level. A lot of action out there, especially during the peak hours. During the evening and night. Yeah, a lot of people leveling up. A lot of people are rep farming too. That's another big thing. A lot of rep farming going on. It is crazy though, like how they got their rep up, leveled to 70, killed Manroth, Gruul, and cleared Karazhan in the matter of 2 days, and that's it. They're good for phase 1. Now they just got that stuff on farm, and they also killed Gruul and Manroth like before they even hit level 70. They were like some of them were like level 69, which is pretty wild. That's cool though. The race like that, like going all in. The preparation that takes too. To do that. You have to know the game inside and out. Not only your class, but like where you gotta go. They pretty much did the math. They did it well. But yeah, look at Stormwind, guys. Remember Stormwind, guys? A couple episodes ago? This place used to be packed. Where do you think everybody is? They're in Outland.
Need help?
This is hilarious. Alright, well. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to like sell stuff on the auction house now. I don't think we're really gonna have to worry about that. Get rid of this clam crap. But yeah, that is pretty funny. That we'll just vendor a lot of this junk. Probably should have sold these old herbs before. Like, I kind of messed up there. Maybe somebody will buy them. It's like leveling alchemy or something like that. Our bullets are doing somewhat okay. I think that's enough bag space for now, I guess. Should be on our way. We got some binds when equipped. Got some BOEs. I don't know if they'll sell. Might just vendor them, actually. Yeah, we'll vendor them. I could hold on to them, but we got to get our mounts soon. We're almost 40. Alright, so here we go. Got a lot of guys level 60 hanging out in Stormwind. There's some people here. There's a guy 65.
Greetings.
But it'll be like this. I think Stormwind will eventually get back to where it was, maybe. But I could see a lot of people just hanging out in Shadrath. So let's go. Let's so we'll pair our items here. This guy sells
I
things.
supply only the finest goods.
Does he sell bullets? No. We gotta go all the way to the Iron Triple, the Dwarven District, I think, to buy bullets.
Well met.
The good thing is at least we started the Let's Play. We're like pretty much, I wouldn't say we're halfway there, but at least with the majority of the Let's Play has been in Classic. And then the second half is pretty much going to be throughout TBC, which is not bad. We'll get to see what happens, I guess. The population comes back to Stormwind or not. Stormwind should be still somewhat a popular city. It's close to the portal. Which doesn't really matter because people can just teleport to Shadrath. But yeah, that was funny to see. It's fun. Stormwind was a bump in place for quite some time. And then it ended up kind of dying down a little bit. So Kalgur out here. Oh, I hear somebody dying out here. Oh, looks like that was just a rat. A wolf killed a rat. But yeah, these next I think these next episodes are going to be interesting, especially the ones in Strangle. I'm interested to see if there's anybody in Stranglethorn Vale leveling. Oops. Yeah, there are some 40s. There's one in Stranglethorn Vale right there. Erdant. Level 40 Paladin. We'll see a lot of Paladins. Or I should say Shamans, because I'm Alliance. We should see a lot of Shamans leveling still, I think. That's the thing about the boost that I hate. It kind of ruined the leveling. Like, it kind of... People can just skip 58 levels. But the good thing about it, there's ups and downs to it. Like, the good thing is it increases the amount of players playing the game. That's a good thing. The only bad thing is it allows people to skip the leveling process, which is a huge chunk of the game. So much content in leveling. It's all good. Shouldn't have any trouble with questing, that's for sure. We probably won't be getting ganked that much. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the activity comes back. I wish I started this series a little bit sooner. Just maybe a couple months sooner. That would have been good. So then I would be like pretty much... I wouldn't say I'd be almost 60. I'd probably be like going on 50. Which isn't that bad. It is what it is. Alright, going for a little swim here. Should be in Duskwood soon. Go for a little swim. We should level up today, which is good. And we'll be able to get another rank of Frenzy. So close to level. We'll be level 36 after we kill like a couple mobs. What's up here? Briarthorn. What did we get? Yeah, we still get... So we'll loot this. There we go. There, that's what's over here. Oops. Went to the wrong island. It's not an island, but went to the wrong zone. Here we go. Finally in Duskwood. Now I'm looking for a grave. Starts a quest. What's going on, Lars? It's Lars and Sven. That was like a dead body on the ground next to him. It's just a pot. Alright, so we're going to the graveyard. There's Forlorn Row. This is where we fought Morb fell. Super dark here. Hard to see a damn thing. There's a quest right here called the Weathered Grave. Check this bad boy out. The Weathered Grave marker reads simply Morgan Ladimore. Upon further examination, you notice that the dirt over the grave has been recently disturbed, and that a good amount of the dirt seems to have been displaced. Speak with Sarah von Lindy in Darkshire. Alright, so off to Darkshire we go. So much herbs here, guys. This is awesome, actually, that we're leveling. We're going to be farming we're going to get so many herbs. Like, literally no one's farming herbs in Classic. I have a feeling that they might go up eventually. Like old herbs, old mats. I think the price of old mats will eventually go up once the supply has kind of dwindled down. Because nobody's going to be farming old mats. I think arcane crystals are going to probably go up a lot. Those are the crystals you get from mining. It's a really rare chance that you even get one from mining a thorium vein. But yeah, those are going to go up for sure, I think. All the classic mats will probably eventually go up in around 6 months. That's my guess. Maybe even sooner. And a lot of people will probably be willing to purchase them to level up their professions. It's a decent way to make gold. You just do a little bit of herbing and in older content places, and then after that you just hold. You hodl, I should say. Just wait for your materials to go to the moon. I don't know if they'll ever go to the moon, but they'll go up a decent amount. Especially the rare ones. I wonder how old flasks will do. Like black lotuses. I wonder if black lotuses, they're super rare still, so I wonder how they will, if that'll go up as well. Or will is there other flasks in TBC? I assume there's better flasks in TBC that'll probably make black lotuses kind of irrelevant. The reason why I think arcane crystals will still go up is because a lot of people will still want to try to farm things like Thunder Fury and stuff like that. That legendary item will probably always stay somewhat relevant, just because it's such an epic item. Just came out of nowhere. So get our sorting up. Yeah, let's open this chest. Yeah, I think all that stuff will stay relevant. Especially stuff that is linked to Thunder Fury. I can imagine people still farming Nax, like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you not do Nax? Right? Because Nax gear is pretty damn good. The thing is, not all the gear is that good, so maybe people won't farm Nax. And I know the staff is really good, so if you want to get your guild that legendary staff, supposedly it is really good and pretty damn relevant in TBC. Supposedly you can use it all the way to the final phase. And it's still like your best in slot weapon. As a warlock, I know. Probably as a mage too. Alright, so we're in Darkshire now. See what's going on. Let's turn in this quest called the Weathered Grave. Looks like it's green, so that's good. We haven't out-leveled it. There's Sierra von Lundy. Morgan Ladimore. Yeah, yes. Of course. His was a long and sorrowful tale. I knew him well before he left for the war. But that was the last time I saw him. A noble and good man he was, but he suffered a bad end. Here I should have something here that can tell the tale better than my own recollections. He searches through the shelves and comes up with a leather-bound book. If you would like to know more, you might ask Althea. She's been the one to handle the trouble with him of late. Story of Morgan Ladimore.
Light bless you.
Alright, so it looks like we have a new book. Let's check it out. I don't know if we have the book. Do we?
Well met.
Morgan Ladimore, never heard of... Oh, you mean Mor'Ladim? I guess you haven't heard the story. Well, I'll give you the short version. A wandering undead calling itself Mor'Ladim has been wandering Duskwood from what we've gathered. It appears to be the undead body of Morgan Ladimore, of whom you apparently know. He's been causing us all sorts of problems, attacking watchmen on patrol and killing people. She sizes you up. You seem to be capable enough. Maybe you could lay him to rest. Sizes you up. You're like small little dwarf. You're like, yeah, you can do it. Mor'Ladim, from what my scouts tell me, Mor'Ladim wanders throughout Duskwood, following a strange and meandering path through the cemetery. We buried him out the past house on the hill. You know where that is. There isn't anything I can do to help you, but I wish you good luck. So we have to kill Mor'Ladim and to return his skull to Commander Althea Evenlock.
Have a good one.
Okay, so let's go do that. Looks like we're the only people in Duskwood. Let's see if anybody's in Duskwood. Nope. Nope, I'm wrong. There's actually a decent amount of people. There's literally level 61s here for some reason. Alright. See, maybe I'm on to something. Look, there's still people leveling. That's awesome. Okay, so then that's good to see. Still got people leveling. That's why I love being on a server. That's why I recommend being on a server that has a high pop. Because you know that it'll mostly survive when the game when the hype of the game goes down a little bit. And there will always still be like people leveling and stuff like that. Okay, so off to see Mor'Ladim. I guess we should check out the book that was written about him. Morgan Ladimore was a great and noble knight who fought in defense of the innocent and poor and the afflicted. For many years, he worked diligently throughout the outlying areas of Azeroth, bringing relief to the suffering and swift justice to evildoers. He was married to a young girl named Liz. In the summer of his 18th year, they were much in love with each other and would eventually produce 3 children, a son and 2 daughters. Morgan was 32 when war broke out. Later on, Morgan was called to the side of the legendary paladin Uther, the Lightbringer, to fight against the orcs and the undead. Leaving his wife and children in the safety of his home, Morgan left for war. The years passed and the war dragged on, and Morgan would witness many horrific events, including the disbanding of the Paladins of the Silver Hand, the death of Uther, and the spread of the plague. The only thing that kept him from the brink of madness was the knowledge that he would someday be reunited with his wife and children. Morgan would eventually return to his homeland, but find it nothing like how he remembered it. The once verdant forest was corrupted and teemed with the undead and other dark forces. Destroyed houses and farms could be found everywhere, and the cemetery near Raven Hill now dominated much of the area. A shocked and bewildered Morgan eventually made his way to his home, only to find it in ruins, not knowing what had befallen his homeland. I wonder if that's where Morridfell is, inside of his home. Headed towards the village to find answers, and he hoped his wife and children. Morgan inquired about his family, but could not find any answers. A priest in Darkshire, as it was now called, said that he might search the cemetery at Ravenhill for a gravestone. Morgan refused to believe that his family was dead, and continued to search every farm and house in Duskwood, but no avail. Morgan rode from Darkshire to nearby Lakeshire, thinking that perhaps his family had fled on his way. There he decided, against his better judgment, to stop by the Ravenhill Cemetery. Morgan spent hours walking amongst the gravestones. He recognized many names of the people that he knew and became more and more distraught. Then he saw them, a small, untended plot amongst the many, with 3 small gravestones. A feeling of dread washed over him. As he approached, Morgan brushed off the dust of the most prominent gravestone to reveal the name on it, simply carved upon the grave, letters spelled out. His worst fear, Liz Ladimore, beloved wife and mother. Morgan's apprehension turned to dismay and then to grief, and then he fell to his knees weeping. For hours he started at that one grave, begging the cold stone for forgiveness and sobbing apologies. Then hours later something in him snapped. He began to lash out. He brought his sword out of his scabbard and began to rain blows on the gravestones. Screaming in rage, blind in his fury, he lashed out and swung wildly, catching the notice of a trio of cemetery attendants. As they tried to restrain him, he turned his focus up to them, hurling accusations of guilt upon the innocent attendants that killed them all. Later, when the rage had passed, realization crept into Morgan's mind, and he saw his bloody sword driven into the chest of one of the attendants, driven to the brink by his emotions. He removed his belt knife and purged it into his heart. Morgan Ladimore's body and the 3 bodies of his victims were found. Next day, he was quickly buried without ceremony in a hastily dug grave on the outskirts of the cemetery because Morgan committed murder against innocents, something that went completely against his beliefs and his nature. And because of the grief that he held in being unable to save his family, Morgan could not die a peaceful death and lived on as one of the restless dead. Only days later, his grave was disturbed and his body could not be found. The being that was Morgan now wanders Duskwood, consumed by his grief over the loss of his wife and children and his own self-hatred. Mor'Ladim, he now calls himself, roams Duskwood with mindless vengeance and hatred, and has been known to commit murder indiscriminately. So he kind of reminds me of Abercrombie. His wife died, and he went insane. The thing is, Abercrombie, it's a little bit different. He actually tried to bring his wife back to life and tortured her soul. So at least Mor'Ladim was a little bit kinder to his wife. He kind of took it out on himself more than on his wife. Clearly there's a theme there. So here we are. I guess we'll try to find this Mor'Ladim guy. Oh, speaking of the devil, there he is. So let's go fight this Mor'Ladim character. Alright, so we'll send, it's going to be an easy fight, I think. He's an elite, which is cool to see. He's level 30. And we'll, get a good look of him here. There he is, Mor'Ladim. Look at him. Sure has one hell of a swing. Alright, so let's deal with him before Gur dies. Looks like he's somewhat of a match for Gur. I think we'll take him down before Gur dies, hopefully. We're gonna lay him to rest. There we go. What a way to hit level 36. Slaying Mor'Ladim. Now we have his skull. So we got to bring that back to Duskwood. It's nice that we found him so quickly. He's a level 30 elite. So let's level up our frenzy. That'll increase our pet's attack speed. 20% chance to increase it by 30% for 8 seconds after dealing a crit. So that's pretty good. So now that's upgraded. Gur is getting stronger every level, which is good. Now we just have to run back to Duskwood. Turn this bad boy in. Interesting story. Cool quest. Never knew about Mor'Ladim. Now I know. It's weird how he became an undead. I assume maybe he was summoned. Clearly had to be summoned by a necromancer. Which makes me think Morbin Fell might be up to that. Getting a lot of meat in these chests. Makes you wonder where Morbin Fell came from. Makes you wonder. Like, was he trying to find the Staff of Elune? Like, I don't know. Supposedly he wasn't. So we know the Dark Riders, the ones that killed Schven's family, and most likely killed Mor'Ladim's family, was a part of Medivh. Because Medivh turned a bunch of like traveling merchants into slaves for him, and what they did now is they try to capture like old ancient relics for Medivh. So it makes you wonder like what Morbin Fell's up to, or where maybe he works for Medivh. Imagine Medivh's just like some bad guy. Could be. Because that's probably why Karazhan is corrupted by the Burning Legion. And clearly he's hungry for knowledge and power. And probably the Burning Legion offered that to him. That's my guess. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Medivh goes crazy, especially when you watch the movie. It shows you that. And Khadgar was his apprentice. Alright, so here we go. Let's go to Darkshire. We'll turn this quest in. And this will be probably our last quest chain that we do in Duskwood. And then we're going to be moving south to good old Stranglethorn Vale. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping there's some people leveling there.
Can I help you?
I don't blame you. If you have having trouble with him, Trav, some of our strongest watchers have been lost to Mor'Ladim. You killed him. That's no small accomplishment, Trav. On behalf of the people of Darkshire and the Night Watch, thank you. There is one small matter, however. I should have told you this earlier. How do I put this? Morgan may have believed that his family was all dead, but in fact his daughter Sarah Ladimore is now a watcher. She's always been troubled by the circumstances surrounding her father's death. Perhaps you could go to bring the news to her.
Be careful.
There she is. Just walked right by us.
Well met.
Yes, my father, her eyes become downcast. I wish there was something I could have done for him. If only I had talked to him before he... Here, take this and lay it on his grave. Maybe somehow he'll know that I'm okay, and that none of us hold him responsible for what happened. There are tears in her eyes now as she slides a ring from her right hand and presses it into your hands. And thank you, Trav and Trav. Take Sarah Ladimore's ring to Morgan Ladimore's grave. It's pretty cool.
Farewell.
Okay, so I guess we're going back. We're going to be going back to the grave. And then I might as well make this my Earth spot. Because we're going to be traveling back here.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you.
Alright, so there we go. Back and forth we go. Back to his grave now. You gotta put a ring on it. The quest is called A Daughter's Love. It's nice that she still loves her dad. She knows he was just a little bit misunderstood. And those guards should have got away from him. Those attendants, those grave attendants. They should have just left him alone. And eventually when his rage left, maybe he would have been a part of the Night Watch as well. Could have been the leader, maybe. Because him and his daughter, they could have fought against Morbin Fell and all the evil that's going on in Duskwood. Azeroth is really a mess. It's kind of crazy how the Alliance and Horde survive through all the trouble that happens. Not only do they have trouble you know, within their own ranks. They also have trouble on their own planet, and then they have trouble from other planets. If the Legion come, and it's pretty rough. Yeah, we gotta travel this grave. Supposedly we're gonna get like a two-handed weapon here. I think we're gonna get like a sword or something. Sure do have a lot of stuff on us. I might sell this bread. I don't think we need it. Yeah, I remember like we were running away from Mor'Ladim a lot when I was first leveling in Duskwood. Didn't want to run into him. I think I was like level 20 something. You see him, you just run away. Probably would have one-shot me back then. But I think that's the quest that solidifies the ending of Duskwood, or questing in Duskwood, that is. He's like the big boss in Duskwood. Well, I guess you can say Stitches is the big boss. Stitches is obviously the highest level mob in Duskwood. Let's see here. That's our gold. Oh, we're almost at 32 gold, so we're close. Should be close to getting our mount soon. Might try to sell these herbs, maybe. Even though I should probably hold on to them. Might be a good idea to try to sell like a stack or two. I don't know if it'll sell though. I think everyone's just focused on TBC right now. Clearly, the looking for group is full of waiting to sell ZG boost. That's kind of cool to see. See some mages selling ZG boosts. I assume it's probably really easy now. What level is he? A 61 mage. I assume as a 70 mage, it's probably a joke. The thing is, as a 70 mage, you probably give out less XP to your group. So maybe you'd want to stay like 60 or 61. So your group gets more XP. Let's check out this ring. A lot of guilds recruiting. It's a good time to try to get in a guild, that's for sure. Leave me be, Sarah's ring. A ghostly voice sounds on the wind. This is Sarah. Could it be she's still alive? The weight is removed from my shoulders. Trap and Trap takes my sword. Take my sword, Arcus. As my soul is put to rest, I have no more need for it. It was forged to do good, and though I have proved myself unworthy to hold it, perhaps you will carry on the light through it. Lies, my love. So now we have a two-handed sword. It's pretty cool. I think we'll probably use it. It is better than the sword we have, so yeah. Let's put her on. There he is. My sword Arcus served me well in life, but at last my spirit may pass from the unhappy existence I needed no longer. Morgan Ladimore, I shall cling to the love of my daughter and hope that I will find forgiveness under the light of my sins. For my sins. Alright. Well, there we go. Morgan Ladimore has been put to rest, and now we are wielding his sword, called Arceus. This is a sword I'll probably never sell. It's kind of an epic sword. It's sad that they make it green. It should be blue. Should be at least a blue sword. But it's not bad. I'm going to try to swing it. So tag a mob with it. Actually, let me find a mob. Who will be laid to rest first? It's a pretty regular sword. It looks good. It's thicker than my last one. It does more damage. Happy we leveled up swords. Alright, so I guess we'll give Gur that little flank. And we'll hearth back to good old Darkshire. Well, guys, that is the end of today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.